All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Achakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruits. Your brother Kasha Kwala coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. This lesson is going to be pertained around what you see on the screen right now, keeping your eyes single. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with Matthew 6 and 19. It says, lay not, I'm going to read through, okay? Lay not up yourselves treasures upon earth where moth and rust doth corrupt and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Verse 22, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Okay? So the main part I want to focus on is verse 22, but of course we're going to implement from starting from verse 19. We understand that laying up carnal things, putting your mind wholly on carnal things in the earth won't get you nowhere or any type of progress spiritually, okay? Because we understand through the scriptures in the Romans 8th chapter that enmity carnality is enmity to the living power, okay? So if you treasuring up things in your mind that are earthly and carnal, you're gonna reap the reward of a carnal thing, okay? If you sow spiritual things, you will reap spiritual things, and that goes to everything that was promised to us in this book or this Bible. All right. So it says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Exactly. You keep your eyes single and focus on the main thing, which should be your main desire, and that's to get onto a chariot. All right, get to the kingdom. Let Yahweh Shai get his payback. Okay, that should be your main focus. This work. All right, and ultimately everything else will fall into place. You keep your eyes single, and the Lord therefore will give you everything that you desired. Okay, you go back to your account with King David when how he acquired Bathsheba. He acquired her in a ill manner, you could say. Now, you can say, you know, and the Lord literally told him, if you wanted another woman, all you had to do was just ask me. You didn't have to go about it in that manner. All you had to do was ask. Of course, he got punished with it. His firstborn was taken away from the Lord, which is a heavy deal. But ultimately, he kept his mind on the Lord, like the scripts say David was. He was a man after the Most High's heart, and the Lord gave him his desire, man. Okay, it's the same thing in this case. The Lord, you keep your eyes, your spiritual eye focused on the Lord, and He'll give you your desire. You look at the integrity of Job. All right, look at the integrity of Job. So I want to get a precept. See. Bear with me 1 second. This is no. Wisdom Solomon. Wisdom Solomon 3 as well. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Wisdom Solomon 3 and 14. And blessed is the eunuch. All right. So, we're going to look that word up real quick. Eunuch. That's how you spell it. All right. A eunuch. All right. It says a eunuch. This is a eunuch. Is a man who has been castrated, especially in the past, one employed to guard the women's living areas at an oriental court. All right, so that's the literal sense of a eunuch. So did a eunuch have sexual intercourse? No, they were castrated. All right, so all their want and desire to you know do anything with a female was out the window. It's almost like it is like an actual male human being neutered, like how a dog is neutered. You lose that testosterone and that want and that will and that want for women or whatnot. Okay, so being a eunuch in the spirit is keeping your eyes single. All right, not focused on everything else. You have been castrated and cut off from everything else, and you stay focused on your primary task. Like the literal eunuch was castrated to watch over the women's, maybe a king's woman chamber. The king may have had multiple wives, multiple women, and he designates one to watch over the women. It's usually a eunuch, okay? An individual who doesn't deal with the women. He has no desire to deal with the women, okay? All right, so going back, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and 14, it says, and blessed is the eunuch. And we are spiritually should be the eunuchs of today's time, all right? Because we have castrated us, so the Spirit castrated us to focus solely on the Lord and not worry about the other things that are done worldly, all right? Let me go to I'm gonna come back to this, but I'm gonna go to the chapter previous to this in Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 12. It says, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, meaning he's not with us, okay? He's not on our side. It says, and he is clean contrary to our doings. Exactly. Now when you read the first verse of this, it speaks, this is what the ungodly says. It says, for the ungodly said. All right? So the ungodly is saying is 2/3. The heathens, Esau, all of them, they're saying these things to men like us who on highways and byways and preach that this place is wicked, all right? Because we castrated ourselves, we cut ourselves off from this society, all right? It says, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, meaning we ain't on his side. And he is clean contrary to our doings, exactly. Like to them, we're Satan. All right, and the word Satan simply is shaitan in Hebrew, which means adversary. We're adverse to the way they live. It says he upbraided us with our offending the law. Exactly. When we go on the highways and byways, we talk about y'all. We talk about how wicked y'all are, and we talk about what the right way, the right things to do, and we talk about how you offend and transgress the law, especially the 2/3. All right. It says in Salakia, what is it? Objective to our infamy and the transgressions of our education. All right, he professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. Exactly, he calls us Israelites. All right, we're totally adverse. We're heterodox, or another word for heterodox is unorthodox to this society. Which, in all real talk, all in all, you want to say it, they're unorthodox. We're the orthodox ones, because we're going according to the scripts. All right, and that's the orthodox way of living. That's the correct, right way. Now they're the ones going against the grain, because it never used to be like this. Okay, when you go back into the ancient world, our people kept the law to the best of their ability. Of course, we went off, but back then it was more so people trying to keep the law instead of people blatantly going off from it. All right, so let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 14. It says, and blessed is the eunuch, all right, which with his hands hath wrought no iniquity. Exactly, because the eunuch's eye is single, all right? It's not worried about anything else. Let me get get Romans real quick. Romans 8. Alright. This is Romans 8 and 5. It says, "For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit." Exactly. So a spiritual eunuch is mind the things of the spirit. All right. So it says, "Nor imagine wicked things against the Most High, for unto him shall be given the special gift of faith." All right, due to yourself being a spiritual eunuch and cutting everything off and focusing on the Lord, you will receive a special gift of faith, man. And that's a big gift that we need coming into these times. It says an inheritance in the temple of the Lord. Exactly, that's the kingdom, more acceptable to his mind, because his mind is single and focused, like it speaks of in Matthew 6:22. Again, it says, "The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light." Exactly. And I don't want to make this too long, but make yourself a spiritual eunuch and focus on the things of the Lord that he has prescribed in this book that we should be reading every day and applying in our lives daily. All right. So I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Chakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who really teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruits. Your brother Kasha Quality. Until next time, I say shalom.